Alright, we're good. Let's go. Let's get it in, buddy.
Welcome to the Great Privilege Podcast, Ep.5, featuring Mozenraff and The Thought, both repping that black noise, that hip-hop awareness.
Yeah, I just woke up, so this is like my morning, so I got like breakfast in front of me, so don't mind me eating and smacking and talking shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is right now.
Well, shit, man. Do you want to get started off with some random questions?
Yeah, man, go ahead, man. Reach in the bag, youngie.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Describe the worst torture.
Oh, God.
We getting started off heavy.
Yeah, that's pretty heavy. That's lit. That's a lit-ass question.
So what do you think, man? Or do you want me to start that one off?
You go ahead, man. It was your choice of, your choice, my father.
I think the worst possible torture would be that lady in Black Mirror in the fucking White Bear episode.
Oh, yeah, they fucked her up. Oh, at the end. Oh.
Yeah. And how it cycles, how that cycle happens.
They put the electricity things on her head.
Yeah.
And she had to watch how she filmed a little girl, her daughter, getting murdered. And it took, 45 minutes to kill her?
Oh, like it's like 45 minutes until it knocks her out. And then she wakes up the next morning in pain from it being electrocuted the night before, back in that situation, happening all over again.
She dies.
Nah.
I'm pretty sure.
No. The whole point of that episode is that they're saying that's a cycle. They do that every single day to this woman.
She gonna die.
Because like the first day, the day it shows you in the episode, she wakes up like and then at the end of that same episode, it shows her waking up again like in the morning.
How long they gonna do that? Until she dies.
That's part of what the fucked up part of that episode is I think they do enough to keep her alive and just keep running that same thing.
She wake up like, what happened? I don't know what's going on. Wake up again. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Just on an evil Groundhog Day. So I think that would be my worst torture, because like you just never actually living a day, just every single day just being a disorienting nightmare that ends in you finding out that you're the worst kind of human ever, and then going back to be tortured physically and mentally by watching what you've done that you didn't remember doing, and then just immediately being knocked out and waking back up in that same fucking cycle of bullshit.
It's fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's fucking horrible.
Yeah, so I think that would be the worst torture. I'm pretty impressed by that torture.
You know what would be interesting?
Huh?
If we can pull that up, I think we can. Because I think it's on YouTube. I want to see that. I want to show the people that shit. You want to get in trouble? No, I had worse things up.
We had adult-rated material.
Yeah, this is adult-rated material, too. So funny.
I guess it qualifies as adult-rated material. It's not overtly like sexual though.
It's White Bear, right?
Yeah.
I think this episode. Oh, ending. Somebody got the ending. All right, so here we go.
That's like a 9-minute analysis. I just want to see the actual scene.
And this is it. Yeah, this one is bottom out. Since we have all the other shit on the screen, we can do this. You know what I mean? It's like, now you see some shit on YouTube you're not supposed to see. Yeah. It has some shit, like, so if they can't read it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm motherfucker. Shout out to technology and OBS.
OBS.
Oh shit, this is when they brought her in after they
after they've been like fucking with her the whole day. She's seen so many people die. She only got raped. Like,
so why they clapping like? Why they clapping like they didn't do this to her 9,000 times?
Oh, they're cheering the other actors in the play.
Ya es hora de contarle
quién es usted.
Because it's a different audience every day, though. You know what I mean? It's like
I guess so. I didn't think about that.
It's like a theme park.
All right.
People from around the country come and participate and dress up as characters.
Yeah, watch this bitch get
Su novio, Ian Rannoch. O debería decir que fue su novio.
Oh, this is dubbed, bro.
Oh, this is so not English, huh?
Yeah, this is so not English.
Por si no lo sabía.
This is so not English, guys.
Pero
You know,
el
it
dinero
doesn't,
que
it doesn't
sí
even
es.
go that far to the part that we want to
Es
see
más
anyway.
presente
Because
de
look,
muchos clientes
it's only this part.
pueda
Right?
hacerlo.
Yeah.
Because remember after this, she get carried in that fucking glass, that
Yeah.
glass shark nigga, and start throwing shit at the nigga.
Oh my god. Yeah. That whole episode is just fucking brutal, especially when you
Thanks
watch
for
it
watching
again through
film
that
about
fucking
really.
lens. Hey, fuck you, Jack Leeson.
Exactly. What
Hey, this
the-
episode
what the
is on here because
person
I
who
watched
died
this
has to
episode
go through,
on
you
here.
know?
I didn't watch
So
this
they wanted
episode
her to
on
be
Netflix.
in
I
that
watched
old
it on
girl's
YouTube.
shoes, you know.
So I know it's fucking on here, but I don't remember exactly what it's called on here. It's called whatever episode, whatever season it is. It's like Black Mirror season episode, blah, blah, blah.
Season 2, episode 3, I think.
Damn. I really want to pull that up. Hey, you know what? We're not even gonna spoil that. Fuck that. White Bear.
Black Mirror. Go watch it.
It's on Netflix.
It's a mindfuck. I think that definitely qualifies as the worst torture.
Yeah,
Raph,
yeah.
Do you have any counterpoint on worst torture, or are you gonna work with that one as well?
I think the worst torture is like religion. It's like just to believe that like there's like all this like there's this big devil and a big like God and like all this shit. Like that's horrible torture for the mind. Like because you're living your life basing all your decisions fucking on that shit. Like
I feel that.
That's fucked up.
It's kind of like a prison you wind up in.
It's a brain prison.
Yeah.
A prison of the mind and shit. I said that shit on the track. Remember I said my mom was something in the prison of the mind or something? And
Yeah. Bars.
that's just, we fought for the freedom of the mind and it hurts my nigga. Or some shit. I don't know. That's some shit. I'm weird. But yeah, like, that's probably the worst torture I think is just like always going to church and like just praying to like some shit like that you don't really know. And getting the whole fear in your head that like you're gonna burn in hell if you don't do this or pay that, and you know it's just weird to live your life like that. I think that's a torture.
I feel that.
I was gonna say drowning, but
like infinitely drowning.
like just drowning in actual water, like
So like being waterboarded.
yeah, like that sounds fucked. Like you know, like that sounds like some bad torture. Like to have something push you in water and stay and make you stay there until you die. Like, you know what I mean? Like being suffocated in water, like being drowned, basically. That's fuck. But yeah, besides that though, like religion, that came second.
I feel that.
But that was like my original.
I can definitely see that. Yeah.
But that's drowning in a way too. But anyway,
When the river holds you down, you're supposed to drown, right?
real.
Well, shit. Do you want to take the next question?
Yeah, sure.
See what you get.
Shit was good.
I don't know, spring loaded.
I feel like we got this one. It says, should all drugs be legal?
Oh, we definitely got that
Yeah,
one.
we got that one before.
Yeah.
I hope motherfuckers didn't
The
push
way
it
you
back
said
in.
that.
Real, man. We need to do a thing to where like people submit questions and shit.
Yeah.
Do you remember that thing? I don't know if you're like.
Post your questions
talking
in the comments below. We'll check all the comments and we'll use those for questions next time.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just gonna talk my shit to motherfucker. Hey, you young fuck. Do you remember this shit called it's called fuck. It's a website. It's an anonymous website where you can ask anonymous questions to people.
Formspring?
Formspring.
Yeah, I used that for a
That'd
couple
be-
of years, bro.
We need to set one up for this podcast. I feel.
No, we have to use
That'd be lit, though.
Saraha. That's the one now.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, that's
But there's a better one than
that's
we
the
do
new
it.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Formspring was some old shit though. I've been around for a long ass time.
Oh yeah, I was using that in like 2010.
Oh, look, check it out. I got one. Yeah, that's still way later than when I was using it.
Okay. Cool.
Should government make laws to protect people from hurting themselves? I don't see the point
Oh.
because people hurt like you can't like okay. First off, you have to have proof. Like okay, it'd be okay in the act of maybe like if you see somebody hurting like in the act of, that's the only way I can see that being making sense. Because you can't just like see somebody later and be like, oh, they hurt themselves and like charge them for it or something. Like, that's just kind of weird to me because it's too messy. It's not like a straightforward crime. Like you'd have to see them doing it, and then that's when you like have to. But what would you do? Take them to jail because they can still hurt themselves? Like it's stupid. That's stupid to me. people decide to hurt themselves, that's kind of on them.
Okay,
and,
but like I also do think it's reasonable that there's like a law that you have to wear a helmet when you're skateboarding, or you have to wear a helmet when you're on a bicycle, because if you don't, you're just gonna hurt yourself if you fall. I think putting that buffer between people being stupid and people just hurting themselves out of stupidity is like worthwhile. Like I get like you can't really stop someone from intentionally harming themselves. Like,
right, and that's how I took the question. Like I didn't take it as like so a person wear a seatbelt. Like I mean, I guess you can. I guess that counts in that. I didn't think about it like that, bro. I was thinking about somebody trying to hurt themselves.
I feel like I think what I'm talking about is more in line with the question, but like with like what they were probably asking.
Then they should just ask something about safety. Should the government make safety laws? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like to me, this sounds like someone trying to stab themselves.
Okay, like my thing, if someone's trying to kill themselves, I think the government should do what it can to put like things like therapy and things like treatment in the way for if there's like a mental problem going on or like some emotional issues that aren't being taken care of. Like,
but they would have to know that it's happening though.
Yeah, but like there's a lot of laws in place where they do find out that's happening. Like for instance, like if you're a lawyer or something, and like one of your clients tells you that like the only thing lawyers are allowed to really disclose to the police is if the client tells you something that means like a threat to other people or a threat to themselves. Like if your client says, "Oh, I'm going to kill myself," the lawyer's allowed to tell that to the police. Otherwise, it would be a violation of confidentiality. You know what I mean? So,
right, but the thing is.
I think it's smart to put buffers.
See, they hurt themselves though in that situation. They didn't. They just said it. So you're saying they should get in trouble just for thinking about it? I don't know. That's why it's weird because people just say shit. You know what I mean? It's weird as fuck.
I kind of see your point.
It's a weird ass.
But I think being able to take threats as like. I think being able to reasonably take a threat and think that there might be some truth to it is worthwhile, because I feel like we ignore a lot of threats that wind up happening, and we just never really looked at the problem.
So what would be the law? Because the question
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's really tricky for sure. It's really fucking tricky.
Yeah,
like I'm trying to rack my brain on it, but I'm like really like hitting walls here.
I agree with you though. Real shit. I just don't see what we would do about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I think. Okay, because I know a lot of our laws are based on a lot of like really old like Judeo-Christian shit, and so I know in the Bible it is sinful to commit suicide or attempt suicide because it's murder.
Sure.
But is it illegal to kill yourself?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Ain't that some shit? You know what I for sure should have the right to do? End myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
That seems like the most like. That you didn't have the right to start yourself. That just happened to you.
But if it's illegal,
the one base right you should always have is the right to just be like, you know what, no.
Right, but if it's illegal, like, what's the charge if you're dead?
No, but what's the charge if you survive?
Well,
do you go to court? Do you go to court for shit like attempted suicide? Do they like take you to court and take money out your pocket because you attempted suicide?
You should be able to lie,
more suicidal.
And be like, this was an accident. This was clearly an accident. Like, you can lie.
Oh yeah, this gun was in my mouth. I just fucked up. I didn't realize there was a bullet in the chamber.
Oh my god.
How do you swing that?
What are the chances of surviving that, though? I mean, there's chances, but I'm just saying, though. That'd be a hell of a case.
I don't know. You ever seen Fight Club?
No, but you're going to be sitting in the courtroom with a blown-off head, still alive. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a fucked up... That's pretty fucked up.
You know how you're allowed to put a do not resuscitate like degree to yourself? Could you like legally go through to a lawyer and put your do not resuscitate on unconsciousness and make it illegal for doctors to resuscitate you when you just get unconscious and then just like take a couple pills and then legally commit suicide because you went through the right channels?
I mean, shit. I don't know, that's weird. That's a way to kill yourself, I guess.
Please don't kill yourselves. They called the suicide hotline. Just listen to the logic song.
Giving niggas ways to kill themselves, bro. You fucked up.
I'm just trying to like break down the legality. The questions, part of this.
Nice motherfucker, man.
Call 1-800-SUICIDE if you need help.
Yeah, man.
Hook of a lake. Woo! Sorry.
Hey, did I ever tell you about that shit? Hey, man, I was in Seattle, nigga. I was on a bus, nigga. And I saw a motherfucking ad that said, don't own a gun because it increases the chances of suicide. I swear to God, I saw that it was an ad on the bus.
Okay, so is the ad trying to say that having a gun makes you want to kill yourself more often, or just makes it easier to do so?
It just said it increases the chances of suicide.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
But do you know that that's like, they have the highest suicide rate in the country?
What, gun owners?
No, Seattle.
Really?
They have for years. They're always leading that.
Oh, it's because of the fucking weather, I bet.
That's what everyone blames you on. But either way, it's going down.
If it rained 265 days out of the year in LA, I'd probably off myself too.
That's why. That's stupid. That is retarded. Retarded. So that means niggas in Russia are just offing themselves or what?
For sure. That's why they're all dangling off buildings on YouTube.
It's too fucking gold. What the fuck?
Have you seen what Russians do on the internet, bro?
No, I don't.
Look up like anything Russia on YouTube right now.
Right,
I swear to you.
right, Russian
Look
what?
up like Russian building, like Russian skyscraper climbing. There's whole YouTube videos about Russians dangling from skyscrapers because they just fucking get bored and want to do. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. It's these fucking Russian daredevil kids that like.
All right. Crazy Russians tower climbing compilation. Fucking kidding me?
Oh, bro, you don't even know. This is just like icing on the fucking cake right here.
They don't even look Russian.
Oh, those are Chinese. It's something.
They're in Dubai.
Yeah.
Looks like they're in Dubai. That's not Dubai. No, that's too many buildings in Dubai.
Oh, that's is that Monte Cristo? 'Cause I saw like that giant Jesus. Yeah. This is not shit I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying, dude. This is how Russian people try to die. Is they climb gigantic buildings. Oh my god! Ah, that was bad. Stop! Ah! See, this is what I'm saying. Russians dangling from buildings.
You gotta fucking stop.
Look at this shit. Barefoot.
Nigga. Doing a podcast right now. This motherfucker's showing us fucking these Russians. You start talking about Russia, man. These Russians be climbing buildings and be doing weird shit. Look like they gonna die, bro. He just posting on. You see his feet? He just posting on the edge of the goddamn building. Shit crazy. Hey, this is our podcast, though. I'm just showing people. I'm Instagramming right now. I'm just showing people us. You know, this us right there. This ugly ass Jack.
What's up?
And me. Where am I? Oh, boom, right there. You know what's popping. It's us again. You know. But yeah, we're gonna have these crazy motherfuckers, man. You got the radio room. You know.
Oh man.
We got a question to have, man. We've been pulling out questions and shit. But yeah, though, man. If you go to Black Noise Productions on YouTube, we're live right now. We'll be on for another, what, like 30 minutes or so. So, you know, tune in. We on. We in this motherfucker, the Great Privilege Podcast. Yes, sir. Bingo. That shit crazy, man. Motherfuckers.
So yeah, you're saying weather doesn't make people suicidal? This is my answer to your question. But yeah,
these motherfuckers is like, there's people that do this in other countries and this shit, though. This ain't just some Russian shit.
oh, like it's, yeah, I know, but like, yeah, it's a lot. The Russians are like the ones that are posting all the YouTube videos.
I'm just saying, this ain't just a Russian thing.
I know, but there's a lot of them. And I think it's because of the place that always doing shit.
Well, niggas in Seattle ain't doing this. They just off themselves.
Yeah, because they're American and lazy. And these guys are at least going to make a cool video killing themselves. Americans are just like, nope, I'm done. Oh, yeah. Okay, can we stop watching these? It's giving me anxiety. It's hard to watch. Oh, God. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, like he act like he almost fucked up. Oh, yeah, come on, dog. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, y'all
Stop
motherfuckers,
it.
man. Ah! Alright, we're done.
See, they're just dangling off these buildings. I had a
Alright, man.
rapper friend that looked exactly like that guy.
This dude right
Word
here.
up to fucking Apollo clone, because that dude looks exactly like Apollo clone.
Yeah, that's some crazy ass shit right there.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. The Russians be crazy.
Motherfucker.
Alright, I'm gonna go for another question. Alright. Oh, we've definitely gotten that question. Get the fuck out of here. A lot of these are ones we've gotten, I think.
That's crazy.
Ah.
Man, come on, man. Brandon be just throwing him back in there or something. I don't know who else we follow.
Oh, okay.
Come on, out.
What is the one event you know 100% is a conspiracy?
I don't know, because all conspiracy theory shit's bullshit, and you know.
Hey Jack, how'd you get over there?
You know the fucking I'm just fucking. Go ahead, man. Which one do you know is for sure is fucking conspiracy?
I don't know 100% that any conspiracy is true. I also don't know 100% that any official telling of any public story is true.
You know, that's the whole point of the word conspiracy. So this question is fucking. This question is eating itself alive. Bro.
Yeah, I know, but like, okay, if
how do we know if it's so true if it's a conspiracy?
Yeah. I actually, if we're gonna go off of like which one's a conspiracy, I know 100% is true. Then we can go with the government being involved with the assassination of Martin Luther King, because that was proved and there was a trial and that did go to court and get established, and they won the lawsuit. Like, so that for sure, I know 100% that, you know, the CIA, the FBI, and like the local police in the town he got killed in all had something to do with that murder.
Indeed.
So that's one I could put down.
I respect that.
If we're talking like a conspiracy theory that I think is the most likely, I'm not 100% sure, because my main issue with a lot of conspiracy theories is like the theory on who did the thing if that guy didn't do it, and why they wanted to cover up. I usually don't think any of that makes any sense, because a lot of it either boils down to like, oh, the New World Order or some other nonsense. There's stuff that I think is nonsense. But as far as something where I think the official story is the most bogus.
Well, we're not asking that though.
But when you say conspiracy, a lot of people are just saying, okay, the truth is bullshit. Like, the established media truth is bullshit, so this is my account of what happened, or this is what all the things make me think happened. So I'd say Vegas and 9/11 are the two that I think the official story has the most holes in it.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, that was my thing, was the Vegas thing. I was gonna pull that up because nigga, stop. Niggas are crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. They're crazy. They're crazy, bro. They're crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's
just that one.
That one was
crazy.
Fucked.
These motherfuckers were shooting in all kind of hotels that night,
and it was like 15 fucking minutes of straight shooting.
And I was just in that area. Now he's just talking about that one area. There's a gang of shit. I was there that night, even though I wasn't there when they started shooting. I had left 20 minutes before that shit happened. Crazy. I just left. I just left.
He shits you not, too.
Yeah,
if y'all think he's kidding, he's really not kidding. He was in Vegas.
And we were on the same street as Mandalay Bay. I'm not bullshitting. This shit was funny. Not funny, but this is crazy how we just really left.
Yeah, funny is a poor choice of words there.
Yeah, man. It was, yeah.
Good redaction there.
Yeah, good reminding of the reaction, motherfucker.
Fuck you.
Nah, for real, man. Like,
but so you're gonna go with Vegas as the one that you think is the most holdout main story.
I mean, Waco Siege was pretty fucked.
Huh?
Waco Siege was pretty fucked.
Oh, I don't know enough about the Waco Siege to really comment on it. That one's really weird to me. Because there's a lot about that situation that's, like, kind of confusing, and, like, I just don't, like, why the fuck was it the ATF? And I know why it was the ATF, but, like, who the fuck let the ATF really just run that shit?
Come on, man.
That's just so dumb to me, because it really, like, they were not...
Them niggas got murked.
That whole house got murked.
No, the ATF niggas got murked.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, there was, like, 80 people or something that died.
So they came back and started murking more shit. Because they got murked. What happened? The reason why I'm saying it's fucked is because, you know, that's the reason why, you know, our country stopped after Waco siege. Our country stopped caring about the country, and everyone started creating all these militia groups and shit because we didn't trust our own country anymore. We didn't trust our own country. You know what I'm saying? And there's just other conspiracies that maybe that's why 9/11 happened, because our country wanted our country to trust our country again. Anyway, that's just a whole nother rabbit hole. But yeah, crazy shit. Waco siege was a motherfucker.
That's part of the thing about 9/11, where I don't think that the government like was the ones that did it, because it doesn't make sense that they like do that to try and handle it to make people trust them again, and then just do such a shitty job handling it. That just doesn't add up for me. I think they might have let it happen, or like known about it and not really believed it, and then watched it happen and went, "Oh, fuck me."
Yeah,
because I just don't think George Bush's administration was smart enough to like do the whole thing. But I think they could have let it happen.
I'm not. I think there might have been bombs. It's 2-hour conversation.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I'm not, bro.
Okay, I'll shut the fuck up.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, like
sure
I'm falling into a hole right now.
That's a fun one. Yeah, we'll save that for
later. We'll save that one day.
Yeah. The Vegas one is fun, too.
Well.
None of these are fun, but yeah.
All these are hours of chatter.
Yeah. we got to dedicate, like, a whole fucking
I heard you start going, I'm like, no, not 9/11. We can't do this.
Sorry, I enjoy that conversation.
I do, too.
Yeah.
But fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I feel that. Well, yo, do you want to get into the news?
Yeah, let's do that.
The who knew new news.
Yeah, this is gonna be like a short episode, so we're speedy today. Going through shit. We got sign in the fucking Facebook for that now.
I can pull it up on mine.
I like for people to see it though.
I feel that. Because then it's like they can verify with their own eyes that we're clicking real shit.
You know, whoever signed in, we're just gonna look at their news. I'm not gonna like sign in. It was Brandon. All right, Brandon, we're gonna look at your news, buddy.
Orpheus is in the news.
Yeah. So this trending, right? Yeah. So we're gonna get about 5 or 6 of these, see what's cracking. All right, so boom. First one looks boring, but we're gonna click it anyway. Oregon legislator passes bill banning people with domestic violence convictions from owning what?
Probably guns.
Yeah. Guns. All right.
I'm surprised that wasn't already a law.
Yeah, I mean,
like a domestic abuse conviction.
Why is that a state thing anyway?
Yeah, like why is that not just like an established thing? Just
why
in general?
Is it a state thing? Like it should just be a federal law and call it a day. Like the thing is, but you know what? This is the thing though. What if you got domestic violence conviction, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you change your life, but you need some protection though. So then
hire a bodyguard.
You could just never ever have protection ever. Like your life never changed. You just never get a chance again ever. Basically, ever. And instead of Oregon, at least.
It already happens for voting. I think it should happen for guns and not voting.
But like even with voting, like okay, so
I'm saying voting is going too far, but guns seems reasonable to me. Like,
what if it depends on the degree of the charge? Like, what if the domestic violence was some bullshit charge?
So you can't get an assault rifle if you beat the shit out of her, but if you only gave her one black eye, you can get pistols. And if you only slapped her once, you can get shotguns too.
Domestic violence doesn't just have to be against a female though, right?
That's a good point. Because I think about 42% of domestic violence cases are men victims. Which is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah.
That's really crazy to think about.
How about this? I think that it would be right if they banned it for people that actually used a gun in their domestic violence. Because if you just slap somebody, my nigga, come on. I can't have a gun because I slapped someone? Kiss my ass. No, for real, that's straight bullshit. That's some bullshit, bro. You know that's bullshit, bro. That's garbage. I can't own a gun because I slapped someone.
Okay, if you only slap someone and you're still dumb enough to lose a court case that you're convicted, you're then too stupid to have a gun.
Nah, man, I don't agree with that because
I'm obviously
because
making a joke because that definitely applies more to people that look like me than others.
Well, that too,
and that kind of is the censure.
Okay, that too.
That really changes the dynamic.
That actually is better than what I was gonna say.
What were you gonna say?
No, I was just saying that like motherfucking a lot of these people, believe it or not, be having they be having their decisions premeditated, or they make their decisions off of some personal bullshit. I'm talking about the judge.
Oh, for sure.
Like just some because you looked at them a certain way or something, and he reminds you of another case that he had 2 years ago where a motherfucker looked at him like that, and he let him slide and it ate him away. So this is his chance to fuck. You know, it gets too personal. I think about it like that, bro. I just do because I feel like that's what it is. So that's why when people go,
we need robots.
Man, bro, people go, oh, you get pulled over. I get pulled over because I'm black, and you get pulled over because like no, motherfucker, you probably got pulled over because. This motherfucker was just pissed off because you did some shit that he reminded him of some shit. Like, you know what I mean? You never know. You just never fucking know. You can't just say. That's why I don't like all these percentages and shit, man. Because everybody makes decisions, man, randomly. I don't care if it's 70% the same as everyone else. That motherfucker did it because of this. Now, what's the percentage of that? Of a person doing something because of this reason? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then, let's break that down. But that's too much.
But that's impossible to decipher.
That's why.
Because every single one of them is saying one thing. That's just, oh, it was self-defense. I felt threatened.
Exactly, nigga.
It was a 6-year-old with a toy gun. I felt threatened, so I had to shoot him in the head.
And that's when that color game comes in, bro. Because Trayvon got murdered.
Oh, he got murdered in cold blood.
Zimmerman just...
By a civilian.
Chilling, nigga. Zimmerman chilling. Where he at right now, though? Didn't something happen to him?
Oh, he's been, like, in and out of bullshit the whole time. And he posts, like, the most heinous shit on like, Twitter and stuff. I remember some posts about, like, oh, how he would have done it again if he was given the chance and, like, shit like that.
Was he supposed to fight, like, DMX or some shit?
Was he?
Yeah, he was supposed to fight a rapper or something. I think DMX was the one that took the challenge.
I'm looking that up.
Yeah, you want to look that up?
I'm going to look that up right now. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was Zimmerman versus DMX. That was supposed to happen, man. I think it was DMX.
What?
Yes, yeah. George Zimmerman versus DMX boxing match. I just put it up. Where'd it go?
It got canceled, but it was supposed to happen.
For sure.
Oh my god, that is so fucking hilarious.
Faith in Humanity.
Restored because it got canceled.
What's that? Faith in Humanity restored?
Yeah, they're saying that Faith in Humanity was restored because it got canceled. Like, the event was so stupid it made them lose their faith in humanity, and their faith in humanity was restored because it got canceled.
That's weird as hell. That's a weird statement.
Oh, that's a really common phrase.
It's just weird, though.
Yeah. It's like a very Tumblr, like, circa 2010 kind of phrase that got popular.
It's being canceled by its promoter, Damon Fieldman, and widespread outrage. I can't read this. It's kind of...
Outrage and disgust of the event, including over 100,000 signatures on change.org and in extensive social media pushback. People just got butthurt as fuck about it, and it got canceled.
My thing was they was gonna
DMX wanted that paycheck.
No, they're gonna find. They're supposed to find a black a black rapper to do it, or find some black dude to do it. You know. And I was pissed that it wasn't like the game or like somebody I know that would knock that nigga out.
Because the game would have killed him.
No, that's what I'm
the
saying.
game would have gotten on that stage like with a secret gun and just killed that motherfucker.
Why would they have an ex-crackhead to fight this nigga? And he might not even be an ex-crackhead.
Maybe it's because Zimmerman is a crackhead.
Yeah, but nah, bro.
He looks like one. Shit. You seen the recent pictures of him?
I thought he's fat now. I thought his recent pictures, he gained a bunch of weight.
And then he looked all fucking pasty for a minute.
That nigga needs to get his ass whooped.
He needs to, like, he's one of those ones where it's like, okay, if there's good cops, why is he alive and talking?
Look at this nigga, George Zimmerman. This nigga's supposed to be fighting DMX. DMX is gonna knock this nigga out. Ah!
That would have been the funniest shit ever, is to have videos. See, that's the timeline where Donald Trump didn't win. Right. That's where we had a Zimmerman DMX fight. Right. Where we didn't bitch and we let that happen and watched it. And it healed us as a country because we got to watch Zimmerman just get his ass whooped by DMX. It's gonna give it to you.
Right, he was going.
That's been the shit.
Yeah, he was ready though.
Oh, that's the Berenstein Bears timeline.
That's fucking horrible. I'm reaching in the hat on that note.
For sure, hit it.
Oh wait, no.
We were doing the news, but like I'm also cool with you just grabbing more stuff out the hat.
Nah, I'm ready for the next article.
Okay.
Nationals leader resigns after weeks of turmoil.
Okay, that's baseball news. Can we just skip that? Because I really don't care.
Joyce says he has referred allegations of sexual harassment to police. Damn, more sexual harassment? Hey, my nigga, how much sexual harassment is cracking in the United States right now? It's going to fuck. Everybody's fucking right now. Everybody's trying to touch somebody's something right now.
Everyone's flashing their dick in the office. Everyone's like groping titties.
I think it's just making people want to do it more. Like, fuck it.
I feel like it's making everyone really careful right now.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about sex or bitches or nothing.
I think women are probably getting less fucking dick pics than they ever have right now.
Yeah, they're getting less dick, period. Man, Missouri Governor Eric Greens indicated on felony invasion.
Indicted.
Right, indicted. This is boring. This is boring, too. Probably has to do with some sexual harassment or something.
Yeah, it has to do with an affair and allegations.
Oh my God!
And allegations that he threatened to release a nude video or something. Yeah,
God
keep
damn,
going,
bro! How fucking trash is the internet now? It's all sexual allegations and porn and nude videos. God
Revenge
damn.
porn and nude photos.
Okay, NRA banned Visa card.
Branded Visa card.
Oh, Brandon, I'm fucking this up. NRA branded Visa card dropped by First National Bank of Omaha.
Okay, that's not even news. That's a brand having a fucking credit card because they are in a fucking state.
It's the NRA though.
Yeah, who fucking cares? Like, fuck the NRA, but this specific piece of it's a business.
I'm glad they dropped that though because we don't need them niggas that have no Visa card, nigga. Fuck the NRA, nigga. What you talking about?
Oh wait, I misunderstood that. I misunderstood this whole post.
You did. What the fuck
I read dropped in terms of like, oh, he dropped an album.
No, these niggas
no,
are not
they dropped it off their thing. Yeah, no, like now I get it. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's news then.
See, Omaha Bank ends business relationship with NRA. Since First National Bank of Omaha ends relationship. Okay, yeah, it's a wrap.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just hadn't read the other articles. That's why I looked up there and was like, oh wait, yeah, I totally misread that. Yeah,
it says their complaints intensifying.
Okay, like for sure. That's we can take that as a win, I guess. Because, yeah, fuck the NRA. Anything to cut their money supply is fantastic.
Yeah, but they still going to get it somehow.
They're still just going to get it out of rednecks.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. Like,
all those
any type of stops on these things don't really stop these niggas. That's fucked up. Alcohol and coffee can help you live past 90.
Bullshit! Show me the scientific study.
Researchers found that those who drink moderate amounts of beer or wine, along with 2 cups of coffee, increase their chances to live long.
Yeah, let me see the scientific study on that. That sounds like some bullshit. Like, Adam Ruins Everything is talking about those like scientific articles. They're just like they just want to have a good headline, so they just skew data and say whatever the fuck they want.
I loved that car. Luckily, you have Mercury. We make it a priority to get you back on the road in no time. Whoa, awesome. Cool, yeah. We're on a mission to save you money.
Trending right now, a study about teens and drinking. Here's what it revealed. Parents who gave their underage children alcohol may be doing more harm than good. Many parents say they do it to teach their kids how to drink responsibly, but it actually makes kids look for alcohol elsewhere, and it increases the chance of binge drinking. So can you teach your teen to drink safely? You, as our 5th host, had a lot to say, so let's get right to it. Mike Hoffman writes, drinking at home, that's responsible parenting? ? In high school? For teens? Get out of here. That sounds like you, so I want you to respond.
Yeah, I just don't... I wouldn't approve of this. You know, I think about it. You know, when I was a teenager, I thought this was a great idea. But now that I'm a father, I wouldn't want my kid. Number one, I wouldn't want to be responsible for all the kids there, including my own. And if someone went out and something happened to them, God forbid, you're responsible as a parent. So I think this is a terrible idea to let your children drink at home. But I do believe you should have that talk with them about drinking responsibly if they are going to drink, you know?
Most likely, statistics show that kids are going to drink.
Right.
So have the talk. Angela Hester writes, it's against my morals. That is like giving your kid a cig or a joint. You don't just give your kid alcohol. Evie?
When I was 15 years old,
I don't think it's just against morals. I think that you're also teaching your kids it's okay to do something that's against the law. If you're doing underage drinking, that is against the law. So if they do something else and pushes the envelope, they're like, hey, well, my parents allowed me to drink, you know, as long as I did it around them, then you kind of make excuses for other ways to break the law. So I'm down with that.
All right. And Nancy Robinson writes, why do kids in Europe drink socially and don't end up binge drinking like us in the U.S., Al?
Well, I think that they learn by seeing. They see their parents have a glass of wine at dinner, and they don't get out of control. I think what happens is we restrict, and then we send kids to college. They're in this isolated environment around nothing but college kids. And how many college kids drinking themselves to death have we covered on this show in the last 3 months? I think if you show your kids early how to drink responsible, Dad can have 2 beers and be fine, but he doesn't need to have 19 beers.
Right.
Like when you show your kids that, I think it helps.
Let me just play devil's advocate here. Can you imagine, though, you know, kids are going out, right? They're drinking and driving because they don't want to tell mom and dad that they broke the rules and they're drinking. So if you do keep it under your house, at least you're preventing them from getting behind the wheel.
All right. You know, when I was motherfucking like 9, nigga, my dad let me sip some beer and I thought that was fucking disgusting. My mom let me sip some fucking alcohol. Like a year later, I thought it was the most disgusting shit. So it made me not even touch alcohol until I was like fucking 18. So, I mean, because I don't like nasty shit. So that being said, it never appealed to me till later when you know, after like, you know, after partying and vagina and stuff like that. You know, all that stuff kind of brings it back.
Other stuff, yeah.
All that stuff brings it back. But yeah, I mean, I feel like regardless of what you do around your kids at home, they're going to do what the fuck they want regardless. Like, regardless.
By the way, did you notice how that whole video is about teens drinking and not at all about the study that we were talking about?
Right, and you know what else is fucked up? That's just illegal. Like, they're talking about some illegal shit. It's illegal as fuck.
See, isn't that crazy? It's illegal to give your child alcohol if you so choose. Like a 14-year-old, you can't give your 14-year-old alcohol.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
That's what I'm saying. It's totally illegal to do that. Isn't that fucked up?
Why the fuck are they talking about this shit just okay, like on fucking TV, like if it's okay? Like, what if I just got mad right now? I wanted to sue this company because my kid heard them say that on TV, and now my kid's fucking brainwashed and wants to fucking drink alcohol at home.
That would be some shit.
I get money from you today, USA Today, or whatever the fuck, because this is bullshit.
Next article.
Yeah, next fucking article.
Because yeah, I'm calling shenanigans for sure on that alcohol and coffee helps you live past 90. Like that sounds like some pop science that no one actually fact checked and they're just using it as a clickbait headline.
I mean, some of those things do have some type of positive.
Yeah,
benefits,
but I just
but living past 90, like that's a specific thing that's just stop.
It all sounds fun.
Because in that case, I will mix beer and coffee in the same cup and drink it every day. All right, next question.
And wouldn't that make you a great U.S. consumer?
Oh man, I don't even drink USA fucking coffee or USA motherfucking.
Yeah, but you buy it off USA shelves.
For sure. Whatever that means.
Walmart.
Oh, I gotta go too. Yeah, we gotta leave in we gotta end this in like 10 minutes. Fuck Walmart though. I'm not promoting those niggas. Okay, so yeah, Parkland, Florida. Sheriff deputy never entered Florida school and shooting. Oh, that's that shooting. And so the deputy never entered the
deputy
school.
on duty never entered the school to handle anything.
So he was just like, oh, they're shooting. Oh shit. Should I go in?
No, let me call the cops.
Nah, let me just cough back up. Man, people, man. You know, the more I'm gonna throw up. Next question. Donald Trump. Trump floats bonuses for teachers who carry guns.
What universe is this?
Wait. Okay, so President Trump on Thursday floated the possibility of paying teachers a bonus to carry concealed firearms. Wait.
Y'all seen
But
those
what
YouTube
if-
videos of teachers like getting mad and punching students? Yeah, give them guns.
Wait, this is my question. This is the question of the year, right?
Sure.
So if you live in Oregon and you're a convicted fucking domestic violence, but you're a teacher, right? How does this work? How does it work?
It just cancel each other out. You can own a gun, but you don't get paid.
It's like you only can have your gun during school
We're not gonna pay
hours.
you.
During school hours is the only time you can have his gun. You have to leave your gun in the
You
classroom.
put it in a time lock when you leave the day.
Right. It has to stay on campus. Like, you can't take his gun away. Like,
Can we just take a second to appreciate that picture of Trump?
oh, that's horrible. I can hear him right now.
His
doing
face
this
is
thing.
just horrible.
And
I just love that it's a Fox News article, so you know if you click that right now, it's going to be super in heavy support of that whole notion.
Wait. I'm tripping on this right now, bro. You mean to tell me that your pay goes up if you know how to shoot and have a gun as a teacher? No matter what grade you're teaching, because obviously elementary schools get shut up. So you can be third grade teacher, you got a gun, you get up your fucking pay.
All the teachers that aren't like super hippie liberals are going to do it just because they want the extra money.
Everyone's gonna want extra money at their job, nigga.
Yeah, so did we just increase the education budget by like a decent %? Because that's not happening under the Trump budget.
Hey, you can't talk back to teachers no more, so rap. It's over, nigga.
Hey.
You can't talk back to teachers no more, so
When
rap.
I made that substitute cry, she would have just shot me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would have got the gun pointed at me a couple times. Hey, you can't give teachers guns in Compton. This is going to be a weird...
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be a weird
that's
thing.
fucked.
Because the students have guns. So it's going to be...
Yeah, it's gonna be all that.
It's going to be a shootout in the classroom. Oh, shit. But you know what?
It's...
You know what? Hey, that's fucked.
That's all sorts
Can you
of
imagine? Because Compton's getting better, but like Watts?
Oh, Watts is
I can just
screwed.
imagine like... I can see Pasadena going through some shit with that. Yeah.
I don't like that.
I can definitely see John Muir and some shit happening.
Oh,
over
for
there.
sure.
The people have guns.
Oh, for sure, John Muir.
Students have guns. Like, so you're gonna have a heated classroom, right? Where there's a test, right? And this test this is a final. This final is gonna let you know if you're gonna get your diploma or not. And you got a scholarship on the line. You have a gun. You have a gun in your backpack, and so does the teacher. And this nigga gives you an F. What happens? Shoot out! Fucking look,
Okay.
fucking my future's destroyed anyway. Like, you know what I mean? You guys destroyed my future anyway.
Okay, so like the other thing I've always been concerned about when it comes to like teachers and guns is like, okay, so let's say the teacher hears a gunman coming down the hallway shooting at students and stuff. And there's students running in all directions. How is that teacher going to open fire back on that person without just opening fire on all the people running away from them? You're just going to have bullets coming from two directions now.
Yeah, you're true. But you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that, like, who's going to run up in the school and start shooting now knowing that all the goddamn teachers have guns? You got to be a real crazy motherfucker now.
There's people, like, some of these schools that get shot up have fucking security guards. And people still do it. And also, like, have you ever had
teacher having a gun, though? That's a different story.
like, I feel you, but, like, how many teachers have you ever had that were actually intimidating that you think would have been good with a gun? Because I can think of, like, 5 that I've had that would actually probably be able to shoot someone if they got shot at. It might even still take them a couple shots.
No, for sure. I mean, especially on PE teachers and shit. Them niggas is on.
Yeah, but, like, did you ever have a science teacher that you think could handle a fucking rifle?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah, but well, this is the thing, though. Because of
Or a
this,
pistol, yeah.
because of this, though, how many motherfucking teachers do you think are starting to go to shooting ranges and learn? Just to get more money.
I don't know, because he's just floating the ideas.
Yeah, but people are scared too, though. People are scared of the fact that people are coming and shooting up schools. It's like
teachers are dying too.
Yeah, so it's definitely a thing now. Sadly, it's definitely a thing. Like, if you're gonna be a teacher, that's a dangerous job. Yeah, exactly. It's a dangerous job though to be a teacher. It's dangerous because you got wild people that just like to shoot schools.
Yeah.
Like, we're actually saying that right now. That's actually a thing. That's actually a thing. One more news thing.
It's actually a thing. That's some fucked up shit right there. That is actually a thing. What we got?
Mueller fires and new charges against. All right, whatever.
That's more of the Russian investigation.
Trump threatens to pull law enforcement from California. U.S. President Donald Trump threatens to pull immigration and other federal law enforcement agents from California on Thursday, a warning shot to the country's richest and most populated state.
Good, get him the fuck out of here. We don't need the ICE around here. All my homies illegal. Fuck that.
Yeah, but he gonna replace that with something.
Touche. Touche. We don't want anything he's going with after that.
That's what I'm saying. We're not just gonna see the end of this.
Wow. What a great Yahoo article. Thank you, Yahoo.
Bro, you feel me? Like, come on.
Yahoo's results have shrinked.
Bro, I was not lying.
I know.
All right, here we go.
Let's see, I'm quoting your bars. Oh, okay, it shows some shit.
What happened?
Oh, I was gonna give you nuts.
Oh, my bad. I thought you was trying to, like, get something or something.
No,
It looked weird because it was going through the equipment, bro. I was like, what are you trying to reach for? Is it something fall? Look at Donald Trump threatened to pull immigration, blah, blah, blah. Complaining that California, I was trying to zoom in, but it didn't work. I got to do it manually. Here we go. All right. So, yeah, complaining that California was not complying with his hardline position. That's what I'm saying. You're going to replace this shit. Trump warned that he could cut vital help from Washington and prompt the Kremlin. All right, man. So
he's saying that we're protecting members of MS-13. Like, for every one member of MS-13 that California is sanctuary to right now, you have 200 Juan, Rosa, and Pablos that are fucking making the state better.
yeah, I don't know.
And they're just the homie next door.
Yeah,
They got 2 generations of their family here.
bro. Just be picking
None of them
shots
got
at California, bro.
Yeah, because if you look back at that, the country's richest and most populous state.
Right.
We're the most on, so of course they hate
that
us.
he has done positive or said positive about our state, bro. He always talks trash or says some trash
he's
about
probably
our
like, the weather's very nice. I bet my daughter's legs would look beautiful in that weather. Her legs are the greatest. Fuck him.
That shit crazy.
You know he always talking some weird shit about his daughter.
Man.
That was like a thing John Oliver even got in on. But yeah, man. Before we sign out, do you have anything you listened to this week you want to give some love to?
Nah. I just been listening to just more of my shit this week.
You always listen to new shit because there's always new shit.
Yeah, I've been making a lot of shit. I just made some shit a couple hours ago when I woke up. It's I basically stole the OJ's melody. And Monday. Yeah, I stole that. I stole that. I didn't sample it. I just sang it myself.
That's hard.
And it's on a beat that's really hard as fuck. And yeah, that's all I've been listening to. There's nothing that's interesting really. The Black Panther album, I wasn't really digging it. So I'm not really listening to it.
I'm so bummed that you didn't like that album. I didn't think it was fantastic or anything, but I thought it was like a solid 6 out of 10. It was like poppy, but it was solid.
It wasn't even. I didn't even want to finish it.
How far did you get?
I probably listened to 7 tracks.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I don't think it's
a couple of my favorite ones are towards the end.
I don't know if I listened to it in the right order.
I think it's like 14 tracks.
Yeah, but I listened to it. I listened to more than 7. I probably listened to about 10.
Okay.
But it wasn't in a specific order.
Did you listen to
From beginning
Seasons?
to end. It wasn't in a specific order. It was shuffled. So I don't know what I listened to. I don't know the names of it.
There's a few tracks I really liked on there. I really thought Ops was tight. That's the one with Vince Staples on it.
The one with Solo was hard.
The one with Absol was hard as fuck.
That's
I like Anderson .Paak on it. I like both the tracks with James Blake on them. I think one of those is still the same track with Anderson and Absol.
The one with SZA was tight though.
Huh? With SZA?
Yeah, that shit was hard.
Yeah. I think it's like the video was corny as fuck, but I mean it's a cool song and I like her singing on it. And then I really like the one that was the paramedic track. I really like Seasons, where it had like the Jamaican dude rapping on it. That was just hard as fuck. I'm a sucker for that timbre.
No, that shit was tight as fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the one with who was on that track? If that's the one, the other one I like. There's two tracks that really moved me. It was the Absol one, and it was the one with the Jamaican chick. And I think that's the one. Cause it has to be the one. It has to be the one. Cause you're describing me. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, but who's on this though?
This is okay. Let it cycle back to the front of my fucking playlist thing.
God damn.
Okay, it's Mozzie.
That's what it was, Mozzie.
Java and Reason.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was Mozzie.
And that was hard. I really like the Absol one. I thought King's Dead was dope until the fucking Futureverse. Big Shot is terrible.
I like the one with J-Rock.
That's the one with J-Rock.
The turn up one?
Yeah.
Like turn up?
Yeah. The video for that's the hardest shit in the world.
Yeah, that shit was tight. Yeah, that shit was tight.
I thought X is okay, but oh man, that 2 Chainz verse.
J-Rock verse was hard on that track though.
That I Am song by Georgia Smith. I really like that one. So I thought there was a lot more to like than to dislike on it. I thought it was solid. For like I think it's the best rap album that we will ever get from Disney and Marvel.
Okay, that's whack.
I know. No, like that was never gonna be a fantastic thing. I'm just saying I think it's a 15 out of 10
when
for
will
a
we get
Marvel
another
fucking hip hop album.
When have we had one, and when will we get another one?
We're probably gonna get a Black Eyed Peas one at some point because they just did the fucking issue of some Marvel comic book that just came out. Fucking LT was showing that to me.
That's not gonna be a rap album though, so that doesn't count.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't put it past them. They're pretty corporate.
They're not gonna do a rap album though. That's the thing. They're not gonna do a rap album. They're not.
I feel that.
No, in fact, the majority of their fans don't want to hear a rap album from them.
Yeah,
Sadly.
That's a sad point. But yeah,
they're a rap group.
The one project I was trying to give a shout out for sure is the homie Phil just dropped Vibes from the Bottom. You can find it on Bandcamp. It is hard, and he's like super underground. So give the homie some love.
Hell yeah.
I think he's tight as fuck. Me and him working on some shit right now with microphones.
Indeed. You know, I used to my manager used to manage Black Eyed Peas in the early 90s.
The one with the long hair, his son went to high school with me. He was weird. He was a really bad DJ. Like, he had all the equipment because his dad bought him anything he needed, but like he just never actually practiced. So it was very bad.
Hell yeah. But shit, hey, we're gonna end this, man.
Yeah.
I gotta get out of here.
The homies gotta get out of here, so we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you for tuning in to the